Okay, Hare Krishna. So we do Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 1, the later pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. I'm going to start with text 66.
66.
65.
65, okay, 65 then. Eighth in Madhya jabe thake jai jan, tare asi apne mile prabhur niyam. So, translation, if one of these three was not present, he would meet the others. That was a regular practice. So, you may recall from the 2 weeks ago that Lord Chaitanya used to take prasadam from Jagannath Puri temple to Haridas Thakur, Rupa Goswami, and Sanatana Goswami. But these three people were not allowed to go into the temple. Does anybody know why?
Yes, Prabhuji, because they were
Muslims.
Haridas Thakur was born in Muslim family, correct?
Yeah.
But Sanatan,
The other two.
Their employer was Muslim.
I'm sorry?
For Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, their employer was a Muslim.
The employer was correct. So in those days, the custom was that if you worked for a Muslim family, then you also considered Muslim. So they were not being non-Hindu, they were not allowed into the temple. So the character was so high that they would not even try to not make any fuss. And not only that, they will not go on the streets where the devotees would be going to the temple. So Lord Chaitanya would bring prasadam for all these three people. And in this verse, is saying that if one of these three, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, or Haridas Thakur, was not present, then he'll go to their house. If they were in the house, they could go visit them there. Okay. So that's text 65. Text 66. Dave asi prabhu jabe udve tera chahila chale gonja talapatre sahi shlok paila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the residence of Sri Rupa Goswami, he accidentally saw the palm leaf on the roof, and thus he read the verse composed by him. So do you recall from last class what's happening here? What's being referred to?
The incident of meeting and like.
So
yeah, Prabhuji,
Okay.
right?
Prabhuji, Roop goes. Okay, can I say, Prabhuji, something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Roop Goswami had written I don't know what, something is disturbing here. Okay, Prabhuji. Roop Goswami actually have written the verse which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was singing in front of the Ras Yatra, and he did not understand that verse, but later on he composed some, I think 2 sentences he wrote down on that leaf, and then he put on the roof of that
Yes.
where
Yes.
they were living.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So this was text 58 that Lord Chaitanya was singing, and nobody understood the meaning except Swarup Damodar. But the Rupa Goswami was there. He understood. He wrote the meaning on this palm leaf, and he put it on the roof of the thatched hut that he was living in, and Lord Chaitanya found it. So that's text 66. Okay, 67. Shloka padi ache Prabhu avishta hoya Rupa Gosai asi pade dandavat hoya. After reading the verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went into an ecstatic mood. While he was in that state, Srila Rupa Goswami came and immediately fell down on the floor like a rod. Somebody read the purport, please. We will talk about this.
Can I read it, Prabhuji?
Please go ahead.
Purport. The word danda means rod or pole. The rod or the pole falls state. Similarly, when one offers obeisances to the superior with all 8 angas, parts of the body, he performs what is called Dandvat. Well, sometimes we only speak of Dandvats, but actually do not fall down. In any case, Dandvat means falling down like a rod before one's superior.
Thank you,
Very
Prabhu.
good.
So there's a term we use, it's called Sashtang Dandavat.
Mhm.
Everybody know what that means?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Tell me what it means.
This is to put the 8 body parts to the floor, probably touching the floor when we are paying obeisances to any senior devotee, like our Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada, or to the Shakshat Hari, or like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or any of the
Okay.
gods we consider.
Okay. Does anybody know what the 8 parts are?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Go ahead.
To the feet, to
That's what comes for 1.
ankles, ankle, thighs, abdomen, arm, neck, and then forehead. I think so. One is
Okay.
missing maybe.
So some are right, some are not.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, so it's feet, that's 1.
Yeah.
Thighs, that's 2.
Hmm.
Chest, that's 3. Hands, that's 4. Forehead, that's 5.
Yes.
Okay. And then, so these are the bodily parts. That's the floor. And then we talked about, I think a couple of weeks ago, is your speech, which is the mantra you read, chant, I mean, and your eyes, so you see the form with your eyes, and
Mhm.
mind. In the mind, you visualize. You're focusing on the mind on the lotus feet. So those are the 8 parts. And I think, I forget when we talked about before you offer obeisances, you should look at the details. And that's the form you should have in front of your eyes and in your mind when you actually offer the obeisances. Okay, so is everybody clear on that?
Yep.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I just had a question. So when you
Ah.
say speech, what exactly is the mantra, Prabhuji?
Oh, pranami mantras depends upon whom you're offering obeisances to. So, for example, you are offering to Lord Chaitanya, for example. The pranami mantra is Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pidayate Krishna Krishna Namne Bharat Tushe Nama. So that's the pranami mantra you chant. You chant to Prabhupada, Namo Vishwabhadaya Krishna Prasthana Bhutale, right? So everybody has, all the personalities have, right? So we chant and we visualize the form and then focus the mind. And then the 8 parts touching. But Sashtang is only for men.
Yeah.
Okay. Women do Panchang.
Mhm.
So theirs is feet, hands, and then same thing, mind, forehead, or head, and speech. Okay. So women Panchang and men Sashtang. Now, men can also do Panchang. Sometimes they do that. But Sashtang is preferred when convenient and practical. Others, Panchang is also fine. But for women, it's Panchang only.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Any questions on that?
So, Prabhuji, what are 3 eyes, mind, and?
And speech.
Speech.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Then it says here, sometimes you only speak of Dandavats, but actually do not fall down. So, you meet somebody who says Dandavat Pranam, right? So then you don't say Shashtang Dandavat Pranam, you say Dandavat Pranam. So you don't have to do it all the time. You can just say it. Depends upon the situation. It depends on the person, right? So God brothers, they see each other, they say Dandavat Pranam.
Wait, Prabhu?
I
Hare
don't
Krishna.
know. Usha?
But the men say that. Women
Yes.
don't.
Men should not, because you're not doing Dandavat.
Yes, exactly.
Correct. Just say Pranam.
Thanks.
Women should say Pranam.
Yes, Prabhu.
You don't have to say Panchang Pranam, just say Pranam.
What is Panchang Pranam?
We just talked about it. The-
That's Dandavad, right? Dandavad is Panchang also.
no, no, no. It's
Oh,
not
no,
Dandavat.
no.
It's not Dandavat. Dandavat means fall like a rod.
Yes, yes, that's what I know. But what is Panchang?
Okay, so once again, is feet, is forehead or head, and then speech, eyes, and mind.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So, like, how women do pranam,
Yeah.
that's called Panchang Pranam.
Oh, I see. I did not know the name.
Yeah, that's okay. Panch means 5,
5, yeah.
and Asht means 8.
8.
Okay,
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
sure, no problem. So, okay, 68. उठी महाप्रभु तारे चापड़ मारिया कहते लागिला किछु कोलेते करिया. When Rupa Goswami fell down like a rod, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up and gave him a slap. Taking him on his lap, he began to speak to him. Now, so what does slap mean here? Anybody? Why did he slap him? This is a token of affection.
Affection out of love.
Totally out of love, totally out of affection. This is not slapped in anger. It's slapped when I love you, And it's not hard slap. It's like put your hand on his face.
Yeah. Loving slap.
Loving slap, yeah. Okay. Text 69. मोर श्लोकेर अभिप्राय न जाने कौन जने मोर मनेर कथा तुम्हें जानिले के मने. No one knows the purport of my verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. How could you understand my intention? Text 70. एत बोली तारे बहु प्रसाद करिया स्वरूप गोसाई रे श्लोक दिखाई ले लोइया. Saying this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed various benedictions upon Rupa Goswami. And taking the verse, he later showed it to Swarup Goswami. So now, in Krishna Lila, who's Swarup Damodar?
Veshata Sakhi.
Okay, and who's Rupa Goswami?
Roop Manjari.
Rup Manjari, right?
Yeah.
So both very, very intimate to Radha and Krishna. So that's why they understand, and that's why all the discussions will be happening. We'll talk about this later on with Swarup Damodar and Raman. Okay, text 71. स्वरूपे पूछे रे प्रभु होइया विस्मिते मोर मनेरे कथा रूप जाने लिखे मते. Having shown the verse to Swarup Damodar with great wonder, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him how Rupa Goswami could understand the intentions of his mind. How did he know? So purport. Anybody?
Sorry,
Well-
Prabhu. Are we not doing 17.171?
We are in
Adi-
Madhya Lila. Usha. We're in
Adi
Madhya-
Lila.
Madhya Lila. Adi Lila was finished weeks ago.
Okay, so
Jeev Jago.
I don't know. Why did I keep this actually the
It's Madhya Lila, chapter 1. Right now, we just did text 71.
Hare
I
Krishna.
can read the purport.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So, purport, we had the opportunity to receive a similar blessing from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami when we presented an essay at his birthday ceremony. He was so pleased with that essay that he used to call some of his confidential devotees and show it to them. How could we have understood the intentions of Srila Prabhupada?
Right. This is a very famous story about Srila Prabhupada. When I was in Mumbai, he wrote an essay on Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, who is his spiritual master. And it basically talked about the mood of Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj. What his mood is, what he's trying to do, why he's doing what he's doing. And Bhakti Saraswati read that, and he used to show it to his most confidential disciples, and basically asked, how did Abhaycharan know? How did Abhaycharan know what I'm thinking, what my mood is, what I want to do? Right? That question is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking the same question to Swarup Damodar in text 71.
Yep.
Okay? Everybody with me here?
Yes.
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Okay. So now the answer comes to 72. स्वरूप कहे जाते जाने तुम्हार मन ताते जाने हो तुम्हार कृपार भाजन. Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami replied to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if Rupa Goswami can understand your mind and intentions, he must have your Lordship's special benediction. He must have your special mercy. The same thing. Prabhupada knew all that to his special mercy from his Guru Maharaj.
Yep.
And how does one get special mercy from Guru Maharaj?
By following his instructions, Prabhuji.
Exactly. Following his instructions to the letter, knowing his mood, without asking, without being told, doing what he wants us to do. That's how I get Guru's mercy. Okay. So this is a very good indication of how much Prabhupada understood his Guru's mood and desires and intentions and how he followed them. Okay, 73. प्रभु कहे तारे आमी संतुष्ट हो या आलिंगन कैलु सर्व शक्ति संचारिया. Lord Chaitanya is saying, look, this is what happened. The Lord said, I was so pleased with Rupa Goswami that I embraced him and bestowed upon him all necessary potencies for preaching the bhakti cult. Krishna Shakti Bina nahe tar pravartan. Unless Krishna empowers you, you cannot transform anybody's heart. Right? Chaitanya says that later on. So same thing. Lord Chaitanya is saying, I empowered Rupa Goswami. I empowered him to preach the bhakti cult. Right? So special mercy from Lord Chaitanya to Rupa Goswami. Text 74. योग्य पात्र होय गुण रस विवेचने तुमियो कहियो तारे गुण रसाख्याने. I accept Srila Rupa Goswami as quite fit to understand the confidential mellows of devotional service. And I recommend that you explain devotional service to him further. Now, this is a very important verse. Very important. What's happening here? The Lord is saying this is a fit candidate. The Lord is saying that. This is a fit candidate. For a candidate of what? To understand the confidential mellows of devotional service. Not all of us can understand that. That's why it's called confidential knowledge. Not for everyone to understand. And even among the devotees have different categories in the terms of degree to which they can understand, based upon the degree of their purity, based on their ability to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. Right? So he's saying, I consider him quite fit. So then he says, and I recommend that you explain devotional service to him further. Means there's more to go. What is Swarup Damodar's qualification? What is Swarup Damodar's qualification to do this job? He is Vishakha Sakhi herself. She is the organizer of so many pastimes with Radha and Krishna. If she doesn't understand the devotional service, who does? Therefore, he is very well qualified to teach the person who is very well qualified to teach bhakti, who has been empowered by Lord Chaitanya himself. So this is like, we're talking about really capable, qualified teachers here. Jai Krishna Tattveta Sai Guru Hoy, Lord Chaitanya says. Only one who understands the truth about Krishna, and by extension about Radharani, and by extension the loving affairs of Radharani and Krishna. Only he can understand. Is qualified to teach. Narottam Das Thakur writes, Rupa Raghunath Pade Hoibe Akuti Kabe Ami Bujibo Yugala Piriti. He's saying, I have to read these books by Rupa Goswami so I can understand the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. That's how elevated Rupa Goswami is. Narottam Das Thakur was love personified. Lord Chaitanya told River Padma that my Naru will come, Narottam will come. You give him this love I'm giving you, love of Krishna, and you transfer it to him.
Mm.
And he said that when he enters you, meaning Padma river, his complexion would be blackish. When you finish transferring the love of Krishna to him, his complexion will turn golden, molten gold. And that's what happened. So the reason I mentioned this is Narottam Das Thakur's love personified himself, and he's saying to understand the love between Radha and Krishna, I have to read Rupa Raghunath's books. That's how elevated the books are, and therefore the author of those books. That's Rupa Goswami. Okay? 75. ये सब कहिबे आगे विस्तार करिया संक्षेपे उद्देश्य कैल प्रस्ताव पाइया. Now, Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying, I should describe all these incidents elaborately later on. Now I have given only a brief reference. So just giving a hint of what's going on. This will be talked in great detail later on. But now he's quoting something very interesting. Text 76. Now I have no idea what the meter is. So you have to forgive me. I'll just read it because, I don't know anything about meters. Unless somebody wants to volunteer, if they know it, they recognize the meter, they want to do it. Okay, I guess not. Priyaso ayam Krishna sahachari kurukshetra militas tatha aham saradha tad idam ubhayo sangam sukham tathapi antah khelan madhura murali pancham jushe mano me kalindi pulin vipinaya isprahayati. Translation. This is a verse spoken by Srimati Radharani. Now remember, the text 58 was also by Radharani, and now 76 is by Radharani also. My dear friend, now I have met my very old dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I am the same Radharani, and now we are meeting together. It's very pleasant, but still, I would like to go to the bank of the Yamuna beneath the trees of the forest there. I wish to hear the vibration of a sweet flute playing the fifth note within that forest of Vrindavan. So let's talk about this. Does everyone know when Krishna went to Kurukshetra? Not the battle, after that. He went to Kurukshetra because there was solar eclipse. And he sent a letter to Nanda Maharaj that he's coming to Kurukshetra, and because Kurukshetra is not very far, all of you come visit. So all the gopis, the gopas, Nanda Maharaj, Sudha Maya, they all went to Kurukshetra. Now there, they met, or they saw, I should say, Krishna. How was he dressed?
Royal.
Yeah, royal king, ornaments, royal dress, crown, shoes, all sorts of, royal dress. So then he took them in a solitary place and they had a dialogue. And that's where Radharani is speaking. She's saying, it's the same Krishna. It's the same me.
But
something is missing.
yes.
What's missing? The peacock feather is missing. The flute is missing. The flower garlands, Parijat flower garlands are missing. The buffalo horn is missing. All those things she talked about. And above all, the groves of Vrindavan are missing. Yamuna is missing. So I'm sorry, somehow it's not the same thing. I see you, I don't know you, Krishna. I can't get the same feelings. So therefore, it's nice I'm seeing you. I'm very happy to see you. It's very pleasant. But I still would like to go to the bank of Yamuna beneath the trees of the forest there. Kunja Galin mein le jao. Let's sit under the Kadamba tree,
Hmm.
under the Tamal tree. Okay. All very important. So she's saying, I mean, it's fine. Can somebody mute yourself, please? People are talking in your room. Everybody, please mute yourself. Everybody, please. Okay, thank you. So, and what note did Krishna play to call the gopis to Rasa Leela? Anybody remembers? Which note?
Fifth.
Fifth note. So she's saying, and I want your flute to be playing that fifth note in that forest of Vrindavan. Then the mood would be right. Okay, so that's basically what that verse is saying. So let's continue. It's not done yet. Let's continue. 77. ए श्लोकेर संक्षेपार्थ शुन भक्त गण जगन्नाथ देखी जैसे प्रभुर भावन. So now, Krishna is still talking. Krishna's Kaviraj talking. Now, O devotees, please hear a brief explanation of this verse. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking in this way after having seen the Jagannath deity. So how many people have been to Jagannath temple in Puri?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I see one hand.
Yes, Prabhuji. Me as well.
Okay, two. Okay,
Yes,
three.
I
Okay.
have one.
Okay, great. So, okay, few of you. That's wonderful. So the reason I asked is that there's a Garuda Stambha. So there's
Yes, Prabhuji.
altar there, and then big hall, and then at the end of the hall is a Garuda Stambha.
Yep.
And behind the Garuda Stambha is a wall where you can see the thumb marks of Lord Chaitanya, where he used to stand.
Mhm. Yes.
So he's standing there looking at the deities of Lord Jagannath from behind the Garuda Stambha, and he's thinking he's Radharani looking at Krishna and Kurukshetra. This is Lord Chaitanya thinking. That's why I chanted that verse. Okay, Madhumata, you look confused.
No, I am just thinking about that.
Okay, so he says, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking in this way after having seen the Jagannath deity. So all those things Lord Chaitanya is thinking. Okay, and this further explained. 78. Shiradika Kurukshetra Krishner Darshan Yaddapi Payana Tabu Bhavin Achan. The subject of his thoughts was Srimati Radharani, who met Krishna on the field of Kurukshetra. Although she met Krishna there, she was nonetheless thinking of him in the following way. So further explanation of what I just said. 79. Rajavesh Hati Ghola Manushya Gahan Kaha Gop Vesh Kaha Nijan Vrindavan. She thought of him in the calm and quiet atmosphere of Vrindavan, dressed as a cowherd boy. But at Kurukshetra, he was in a royal dress and was accompanied by elephants, horses, and crowds of men. Thus, the atmosphere was not congenial for their meeting. They need their cows. They need their groves. They need the kadamba trees. They need the tamal trees. They need the cowherd boys. They need the sakhis. It's missing. The ambience is not right. Same Krishna, same Radha there, but ambience is not right. Okay, text 80. Sahi bhav, sahi Krishna, sahi Vrindavan, jabe pai tabe hoy vanchit puran. Thus, meeting with Krishna and thinking of the Vrindavan atmosphere, Radharani longed for Krishna to take her to Vrindavan again to fulfill her desire in that calm atmosphere. There's your Rath Yatra there. Right? Everybody with me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
All right. Now another one. Beautiful verse coming up. 81. Again, I don't know the meter. If somebody does, please volunteer. Otherwise, you have to tolerate me. Okay. Ahushchate nalinanabh padarvindam yogeshwarer hedi vichintyam agadhabodhai sansar kup patito taranav lambam geham jusham api manasi udiyat sadanaham. The gopis spoke thus. Dear Lord, whose navel is just like a lotus flower, Your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen into the deep well of material existence. Your feet are worshipped and meditated upon by great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that these lotus feet may also be awakened within our hearts, although we are only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs. This is very interesting. So basically, Krishna is thinking in his mind. And actually, no, it's not just thinking, he's saying, do you remember me? Krishna is asking, do you remember me? Or have you actually forgotten me? It's been such a long time. Does anybody know approximately how many years?
100?
Yeah, approximately 100 years. That's a long gap. Anyway, so he's saying, have you forgotten me? No, you know what? I think you may be angry with me, but you should know it was not my desire to leave you. I didn't go on my own. I was forced to go. Then you should also know that this union and separation is uh, the rule of the material world. And he says, just like the straws get collected in one place by the wind, and sometime later they got dispersed again. So similarly, we get meet and we get dispersed. So please don't blame me. This is the rule of the material world. And if you think I'm God, then you should know that by worshiping me, you'll get moksha anyway. So why are you worried? So please don't be sad. Even if you think I'm Paramatma, then I'm inside you anyway. So I've never separated from you. So don't feel that separation. So anyway, he's saying like that. So this is when the gopis are responding this way. And of course, Krishna is a collection of lotus flowers. How?
Because each body part is just
Right,
like
exactly. Lotus face, lotus feet, lotus hands, lotus nose, lotus mouth, lotus everything. So it's a collection of lotus flowers. So it's how they're starting. His navel is just like a lotus flower. The lotus flower are the only shelter. So all lotus, 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 right? So he's saying that. And they're saying that, we're so mesmerized by your beauty. We're constantly gazing at you. And in the second line it says, Yogeshwarar Hedi Vichintyam. Do you see that? Second line of the verse?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So saying the yogis, topmost yogis are constantly meditating upon you. And we are doing the same thing. We are constantly meditating upon you, just like topmost yogis do. But this lecture you're giving us, we don't understand that. You're Bhagwan and separation is inevitable, this and that. We don't understand all that. All we know is that we love you. So please, no lecture. And we're not yogis. How can we just meditate upon your lotus feet? We want to see you in our heart. We want to feel you in our heart. And then remember in Gopi Gita, one of the gopis says that we are afraid to put your lotus feet on our breasts for fear of hurting them because they are so soft. Now the same lotus feet are walking in the forest of Vrindavan and they're in danger of getting pricked by, thorns, pebbles, stones, dry grass and all that kind of. So we're thinking like that and we start crying because we want to make sure you're okay. If we don't see you, we're not sure if you're okay. That's part of Gopi Gita also.
Yeah.
So they're saying that don't talk to us, this is the yogi thing, because we're not yogis, we can't do this. And then he says, Sansar Rupa Patito Tarana Avalamba. He's accusing them that you are thinking about your home. That's why you want to go to Vrindavan. You're attached to your home. You see the last line there? Actually,
Yes,
third and
Prabhuji.
fourth line.
Gaham just.
You're focusing on your home and household affairs. So they're saying it's not that at all. You know, we want to be in Vrindavan because we have memories of being with you in Vrindavan. Not because we're attached to the house.
Hmm.
You know, we don't care about our body. We don't care about any bodily relationships. We don't care about any material property. I mean, you're accusing us of being attached to our home. We're not even attached to our body. We think your body is yours. And everything we do with this body is for you. So any attachment talking about is through you, for you, by you, etc. Nothing outside of you.
Hmm.
In 13th chapter of Charitamrita, it says, Deha smriti nahi jar sansar ko kahata. So he's saying, you're in the well, the dark well of material existence. He's saying, what well? You know, we can't even remember our own body. How can we be falling into the well of material existence? So Krishna, you're wrong. Krishna, you're wrong. And don't ask us to not think about you because we already sold. And by the way, we have only one heart. You've taken it. So now we don't have heart, we don't have mind. You've taken it all. So how can we think about anything else? So no gyan goes in now, no attachment anywhere. Yes, we are running. My mind or our mind is running towards Vrindavan, but it's not because we have property there, not because we are from there. It's because we were there with you. And that is what's important. That is why we want to go back to Vrindavan, because the ambience is there, the environment is there, the atmosphere is there, the memory is there. Now we still remember all the good times we had in Vrindavan, in Govardhan, in Radhakund, you know, Ras Lila. All these things is what we're thinking about. The mellows, the sweetness, the madhurya that we got from that is unachievable anywhere else and unachievable in your absence.
Yes.
Krishna, this is why we want to take it to Vrindavan, not for any other reason. Our home is wherever you are. We remember the past time of Krishna, sorry, Lord Chaitanya taking sannyas, and he wanted to go to Vrindavan. Well, Lord Nitan tricked him to go to Shantipur, where Advaitacharya lives. So Lord Chaitanya saw Advaitacharya. He says, wait a minute, what are you doing here? I thought I was in Vrindavan. And Advaitacharya says, my dear Lord, it is Vrindavan wherever you are. If you are,
Yeah.
so same thing, they're saying, Vrindavan is wherever you are, but Vrindavan where we had our good times with you, that's where our memories are, and that's where we want to go back. That's why our mind is running back to Vrindavan. So again, Rath Yatra comes in. Gopis pulling the chariot of their heart. Krishna sitting there. Okay, so that's what 81 is. Any questions or comments? Okay. Text 82. तुम्हार चरण मोर ब्रजपुर घरे उदय करे यदि तबे वांछा पुरे. The gopis thought, dear Lord, if your lotus feet again come to our home in Vrindavan, our desire will be fulfilled. We have no other desire. Just come home. Okay, let's read the purport.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Please go ahead.
In his Anubhashya, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments, the gopis are purely engaged in the service of the Lord without motive. They are not captivated by the opulence of Krishna, nor by the understanding that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Naturally, the gopis were inclined to love Krishna, for he was an attractive young boy of Vrindavan village. Being village girls, they were not very much attracted to the field of Kurukshetra, where Krishna was present, with elephants, horses, and royal dress. Indeed, they did not very much appreciate Krishna in that atmosphere. Krishna was not attracted by the opulence of personal beauty of the gopis, but by their pure devotional service. Similarly, the gopis were attracted to Krishna as a cowherd boy, not in sophisticated guise. Lord Krishna is inconceivably powerful. To understand him, great yogis and saintly persons give up all material engagements and meditate upon him. Similarly, those who are overly attracted to material enjoyment, to enhancement of material opulence, to family maintenance, or to liberation from the entanglements of this material world take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But such activities and motivations are unknown to the gopis. They are not at all expert in executing such auspicious activities. Already transcendently enlightened, they simply engage their purified senses in the service of the Lord in the remote village of Vrindavan. The gopis are not interested in dry speculation in the arts, in music, or other conditions of material life. They are bereft of all understanding of material enjoyment and renunciation. Their only desire is to see Krishna return and enjoy spiritual, transcendental pastimes with them. The gopis want him simply to stay in Vrindavan so that they can render service unto him for his pleasure. There is not even a tinge of personal sense gratification. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I'm going to draw your attention to a few lines here, starting with the end. So Prabhuji just read the last sentence. The gopis want him simply to stay in Vrindavan so that they can render service unto him for his pleasure. There's not even a tinge of personal sense gratification. That's what Prabhupada called unalloyed devotional service. It's Jnana Karmadi Anavratam, Anabhlashita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavratam. And this is what attracts Krishna. So much so that he confessed to the gopis after they had sung Gopi Geet, Na parayaham, I cannot repay your debt because you do whatever you do for my pleasure. You don't want anything in return. The only way I can make you happy is I make myself happy. So therefore, I shall always be in your debt, and may your service be the reward of your service. That's Krishna's spirit. That's how much he appreciated gopis. He says, another line says here, Krishna was not attracted by the opulence or personal beauty of the gopis, but by their pure devotional service. So we have discussed this before. Let me say this again. If you take the most beautiful woman on earth, then the apsaras of heavenly kingdom are 1,000,000 times more beautiful. The queens of Dwarka are 1,000,000 times more beautiful than any damsel in heavenly planet. Lakshmis are 1,000,000 times more beautiful than the queens of Dwarka. The gopis are 1,000,000 times more beautiful than any Lakshmi. And Radharani is 1,000,000 times more beautiful than any gopi. So if you do your calculations, you'll go crazy. But Krishna is saying, I'm not attracted by the beauty. And let me tell you something else. Most women will tell you they wear jewelry to enhance their natural beauty. Right? Generally speaking. Radharani wore ornaments not for that at all. So Krishna, same thing. Krishna did not wear jewelry to enhance his beauty, but when he wore ornaments, the beauty of the ornaments increased.
Yep.
But when Radharani wore ornaments, she wore to hide her beauty because Krishna will look at her and faint. So keep Krishna from fainting, she'll have these ornaments, so at least he doesn't faint. But that's how beautiful Radharani is saying. And he's saying Krishna is not attracted by the beauty, but by the pure devotional service. That's the reciprocal relationship between a pure devotee and Radharani. That's the Radha Bhav. That is why Lord Chaitanya came to show, to teach us how to love Krishna in that mood. It is that high. Krishna had to come himself to teach us how to do it. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Text 83. भागवतेर श्लोक गूढ़ार्थ विशद करिया रूप गोसाई श्लोक कैल लोक बुझाइया. In one verse, Srila Rupa Goswami has explained the confidential meaning of the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam for the understanding of the general populace. It comes to 84. Yate Lila Ras Parimlo Lodkari Vanya Parita Dhanya Choni Vilasati Vrita Madhuri Bhi Tatrasam Abhish Shatula Pashupi Bhav Mugdha Antara Samvitas Tom Kalay Vadano Lasi Venur Viharam. Sorry, I screwed the meter completely, but anyway, translation. The gopis continued, Dear Krishna, the fragrance of the mellows of your pastimes is spread throughout the forests of the glorious land of Vrindavan, which is surrounded by the sweetness of the district of Mathura. In the congenial atmosphere of that wonderful land, you may enjoy your pastimes with your flute dancing on your lips, and surrounded by us, the gopis, whose hearts are always enchanted by unpredictable ecstatic emotions. So basically, it's glorifying Vrindavan, it's glorifying Krishna, it's glorifying the relationship, it's glorifying the beauty, it's glorifying the flute itself. They all come together to create that atmosphere in which both the gopis and Lord Krishna lose themselves. So again, this is all Lord Chaitanya thinking. That's thinking in the mood of the gopis. So I read, and it's okay. We run out of time. Anyway, any questions? Otherwise, we'll do text 85. यही मत महाप्रभु देखी जगन्नाथे सुभद्रा सहित देखे वंशी नाही हाथे. In this way, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Jagannath, he saw that the Lord was with his sister Subhadra and was not holding a flute in his hand. Right? So again, he's visualizing gopis in Radharani in Kurukshetra. You see Krishna in Dwarka mood as Jagannath, which is what Jagannath is. Text 86. Tribhanga Sundar Braje Brajendra Nandan Kaha Pao Ehi Vancha Bade Anuchan. Absorbed in the ecstasy of the gopis, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wished to see Lord Jagannath in his original form as Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, standing in Vrindavan and appearing very beautiful. His body curved in 3 places. His desire to see that form was always increasing. So what's Brahma Samhita text 30? Alola Chandak Lasat Vanmal. Anybody knows that one?
Alola Chandra Kalasatvanmalya Vamshi Ratnan Gadam Pranaya Keli Kala Vilasam Shramam Tribangalantam Niyata Prakasham Govinamadi Purusham.
Thank you. Sung beautifully. So there, Baba is seeing Krishna in his Tribhangi form. Right? Playing the flute, bent in 3 places. Right? Vishwanath Chakravarti also has written a verse that goes something like Aradhya Bhagavan Vijesh Tanayo Tad Dham Vrindavan. He's saying our Aradhya, this is from, again on behalf of Lord Chaitanya. Our Aradhya, who's our Aradhya? Shyam Sundar Krishna. This Krishna, who is the son of
Nanda Maharaj.
Nanda living in Vrindavan. So Mathura Krishna and Dwarka Krishna is not the son of Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maya. It's not Shyam Sundar Krishna. So we in Gaudiya Math, Lord Chaitanya worships Shyam Sundar Krishna. So therefore, this being described here, he wants to see that. Vijayendra Nandan, right? Standing in Vrindavan, body covered in 3 places. That's his desire. That desire is increasing more and more as he's looking at Lord Jagannath. Text 87, this will be the last one. Actually, you know what? It's 9:28 anyway already. So we'll stop here because 87 is going to take some time to explain. So let's stop here. Any questions or comments? Corrections or whatever?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Radha Bhav.
So, no, Hare Krishna, just thinking that Garuda Thambhan, how the Lord is standing there, and distance between him and the Jagannath is far, at least more than
Yes.
120 feet
Yes.
away, right?
Yes.
And that door, and how things are going, that is the one part, but how it is described, is another thing. How he is able to visualize what Lord was thinking. You see the mood of the devotees, right? How they think. Amazing. I can't fathom the depth they see the Lord and how the devotees' moods are there.
That's right.
Very nice. You explained so nicely, Prabhuji. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Prabhu. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Hare
Maybe a
Krishna.
silly one.
No, go ahead.
Prabhu, all the time we describe Krishna's body in terms of flower lotus. Is there any significance that only lotus is used? Because there are sure many other flowers that we could use to describe. For eyes, we can understand because his eyes are shaped like lotus petals, but we also describe everything as lotus. So is there any specific reason or?
Yes. Yes, there is. So first of all, in Brahma Samhita it's described that Sahasrapatta Kamalam Gokulakyam Mahatmadam says that the Golok Vrindavan Dham is the form of 1,000 petal lotus flower. And the veins of the flower petals are the pathways to the house of the gopis who live at the end of the petals. So everything about Vrindavan is related to lotus flower. So the resident of that place has everything connected to lotus flower. That's one. Second is lotus flower is very soft, very soft. So therefore, every part of his body is compared to lotus flower to indicate the softness of Krishna's body. Third reason is that lotus flower is very beautiful.
Yep.
So again, comparison comes. Fourth reason is lotus flower is never contaminated. It can live in the mud, but it will be clean. So Krishna is never contaminated by anything material. So that's another reason. And this is why when we see when Lakshmi is sitting on the lotus flower, everything in the spiritual world has something to do with lotus flower. Hence the comparison of all his body parts with lotus flower. Not that they look like lotus flower, but they are compared to for these reasons.
What is the first point you said, Prabhu?
The Golok Vrindavan is shaped in the
that
form
is
of
a
lotus
shape.
flower. 1,000 petal lotus flower. I think it's the second verse in Brahma Samhita. The first is Ishvara Paramakrishna, and followed by that is the description of Golok Vrindavan. Second verse.
Good question and very good explanation, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
For all of us, it's good.
Lotus like answer.
We keep learning. We keep learning.
We are all learning, yes. Anybody else?
The full chapter is explained very nicely. Very interesting.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes.
It's always explained very nicely.
It's
Yes.
very interesting. Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Mancha kalvitarubhyasya kripasindhubhyascha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada की जय, कविराज की जय, लॉर्ड चैतन्य की जय, रूप गोस्वामी की जय.
अब प्रसाद पाने का टाइम हुआ, प्रभु जी.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Everyone,
मुझे तो ये दिक्कत लग रही है.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu,
Thank
I
you.
think I missed 2 classes. So I was still at Madhya
Oh,
Lila.
no worries. You can
Adi
watch the
Lila.
recording if you like.
Yeah, yes, I will definitely.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Hari Bol Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.